The Cold Steel Mini Tuff Lite review. This is a long overdue one for me, but let's just jump right into it as I want to make this a short video. Cutting edge on this, you're looking at actual cutting surface area here is about 1¼ inch, and it's AUS 8A steel. So given the fact that this is a $30 knife, I think that AUS 8 is appropriate. You can see it's the Wharncliffe style blade, which gives you a really nice point up here. And again, given what this is meant for, I'm going to fix my focus here, my autofocus. Given what this is meant for, I think it's perfectly suited. In fact, this that you're looking at, the background, this is some leftover floating floor laminate that we did upstairs. And I just came down and I cut some for the table. I like it. And I use this blade to actually cut through, or at least score the material and then break it. To me, that's what this knife is really, really designed for. It's just a hard-used knife. You know, maybe it's something you keep in your pocket and use for those type of tasks where you don't want to use your main blade. Honestly, I don't use it like that. How I use this blade is I have it sitting around home and I use it for those type of things around the house. I personally, honestly, I've never carried this blade. I don't view it as that. It's a workhorse blade. It's a take one for the team type of blade where you know you're going to be really abusing it. What do I have on me right now? The Rift. So what I don't want to do is take this one. I could, and use that tip to score this. Again, I could, if it was the only thing I had on me, I would. But given the fact that I've got this available, this is kind of my knife that takes that type of abuse. Blade on it is the hollow grind blade, and it's a lock back style. You can see here it's the triad lock, so that thing locks up super, super solid. Deployment is, again, you've got this little hole here, and the inside of this is really quite sharp. You can tell they haven't rounded that off. But for me personally, given what the knife is supposed to do, at least in my mind, I don't have a problem with it at all. You're going to, the more you round that kind of stuff off, it's extra machine time, and it's going to increase the price of the knife. So for me, it doesn't bother me at all. You can feel it. I mean, when I open the blade, it's there, you can feel it, but it doesn't bother me. You can see, I'm not going to call that jimping. I'm going to call that a style up top. This really has no functional purpose. It doesn't, I mean, I don't know, I guess maybe it kind of helps lock your hand in there a little bit, your finger. But overall, it really doesn't. It looks good. I mean, I like the touch. I think it makes the knife look a little bit better. But big finger choil. And again, for what you're using this blade for, choking up here, and you can see that's why they've got these up here so high on the blade. I mean, it does help a little bit, but not a whole lot. But you can really get in and get up close to that blade edge, which I like. And with this being a 1¼ inch blade, it really gives you some control and power when you're utilizing this. Or how I was using it actually on scoring, when I put it down on this material, I just do like this and then run my fingers, boom, that way. So ergonomically, the knife is actually pretty good. You've got it's a plastic, it's a polymer handle here in the back, but the ergos are good. You can see where it dips in, scoops in right here. Feels nice in hand, and the edges are nice and radius, so they're not going to dig into your hand at all. And again, given what this knife is made for, in my mind, this handle is set up ideally. Jumping to the pocket clip. And so it's just one side only and tip down only. I don't carry it like I said earlier, so that doesn't bother me. I prefer tip up, but for this knife, no, gets a big solid pass on me for those things like the sharpness of the hole and the tip down carry. Don't care at all. This one, I really like the blade. I mean, it's not what I would call a sexy EDC blade. Personally, I don't view it as an EDC blade. For me, it's just going to be that workhorse, and that's what it has been over the years I've had it, is that workhorse around the house, doing those things that I think, you know what, my EDC knife, whatever that would be at the time. Would that do it? Sure, it would. But you know what? Why don't I just do this one? Oh, sharpening. That's another thing I was going to mention. It's easy to sharpen too. It's the Warncliffe style, so you know you're not having to raise the blade or anything or do all these because of the sweep of the blade. And so put it on flat, run it on your stone or whatever it is you use to sharpen it. I freehand sharpen, so that's the angle that I'm coming at it. But overall, I really like this knife for a small little beater knife around the house. Cardboard breakdown. Again, this floor laminate type of stuff, scoring that. I like it. There you go. Keeping this one short. Thanks, guys.